Hi everybody! Long time no see! As always, I feel like all my videos start out this way, but it's fine. Welcome back. How are you? Don't ask about how I am because I'm going to be talking about it this whole video. Anyway, missed you guys. I also really missed filming. It's actually been since January since I filmed, so it's been quite a few months. I'm going to get into all that in this video actually, so I'm going to try not to ramble too much. So I am doing a venting video today. I do want to say a disclaimer before I get started here. If you do not like venting, if you do not like hearing somebody complain about things, if you don't like to hear about mental health, this is not the video for you, baby girl or baby boy. And if you don't like to see someone doing their makeup, this is also not the channel for you. But if you do enjoy that kind of stuff, then keep on watching. I want to start out by saying the reason why I haven't really done a venting video in so long is because I get a little scared about how they're going to come off to people, especially people that I know. And I actually had rewatched several of my venting videos. I think I did 3. And I think I've covered the same topic over and over again enough to the point where I just was kind of like, all right, I can't just keep talking about the same thing all the time. It just sounds problematic and maybe your girl needs therapy or something. But I will say some of the problems I've talked about in previous videos about, you know, venting still kind of stands the same. I just think it's just the way life is now, to be honest. And I'm mostly referring to like communicating with friends, family, people in general. It could happen at work, it could happen at school. I just think this world is really changing with the way we communicate to each other, and it does make it difficult. So I'm gonna leave it at that. So I didn't really want to talk about that too much in this video, but I did want to talk about my kitchen because the whole kitchen situation plays a part in other things I want to vent in. So I figured I would talk about the big thing first. I'm going to be as raw as possible with you guys, which is why I did put a disclaimer too. So I didn't use a backdrop. This is what my horrible background looks like. Yes, that's elliptical. I don't know if you can even see the background here, but I'm trying to work out my home office and we're just going to pretend it's not there. We're going to be real and raw in this video and we're not going to hide things, so. But let's start out with the kitchen stuff. Now, I know I'm like talking about this kitchen a lot. I think I've talked about it in my last video. Maybe a few videos ago I was talking about it. I don't really know for sure, but I know I didn't go into extreme detail. Oopsies. So I wanted to kind of break down the timeline for you. And the reason why, like I just said, is because it kind of plays into the other things I did want to talk about. So I actually wrote out a timeline of events that led up to where we're at right now. And if you guys didn't know, me and my fiance Pat had bought a house a year ago. We bought it knowing we would need to do some reno with the kitchen. The kitchen was just extremely outdated. We didn't actually move in until May. It was actually around late May, early June, we decided to start the process of a kitchen remodel. And this is of 2020, by the way. So yes, I moved into a house during a pandemic. We met with Home Depot. So Home Depot does this thing where they design kitchens for you if you did not know. And basically you just meet with like a specialist there. You go over kind of like, you know, what you're looking for, what your budget is. And we started like blueprinting kind of what we wanted. And this was actually over a course of a few weeks. So we had picked out the countertop. We picked out, actually the cabinets came first. And then we picked out the countertop. And then we picked out like the hardware, which is the handles and stuff. In order for them to create the layout and to actually blueprint it accurately, they were gonna have to have somebody come out and measure. Now, at this point, we didn't get our contractor involved. And I've talked about him before. So anything I'm talking about is not our contractor's fault at all. I just want to put that out there. He is a family friend. He actually really saved our asses for a lot of different types of things. But we didn't get him involved until late 2020. And this is kind of, you may see where this is going, where the mistakes have begun here, okay? So because we didn't get him involved till later, we asked if Home Depot can come out and measure. They also said that there were any issues, I think they take the fall for it or something like that. And so that's another reason why we had somebody come out. We just knew it would save us in the long run. He came out. Dude was a jerk off, I must say. I was working at home, obviously. This really has nothing to do with the story, but I did want to say, like, I just felt like, you know, he was kind of rushing and kind of like the attitude of, I know what I'm doing, I don't need your help kind of thing. He was in and out in 15 minutes. So after that was when the lady at Home Depot, she mapped out our kitchen for the first time. Now, we did a few rough drafts, I must say, because we were facing a crazy issue. So basically, I'm in the attic right now, right? This is technically like a bedroom, but I use it as a workspace. And the steps to get up here are actually really close to the back door, and it's in like a corner, which is where our fridge originally was, actually. So it was kind of tight back there as it was. She was actually having some problems trying to blueprint this kitchen. Anything that we wanted was kind of like disregarded at this point. Pat pretty much came up with our little blueprint there, and the lady was like, oh my gosh, she was so cool about it. But yeah, Pat basically figured it out because we were stumped on what to do. She finally got the blueprints created. Everything was good to go. And we bought like the cabinets through them and the countertop and all that stuff was scheduled for delivery. We ordered our appliances too. But at this point it was about June. So demo started. Now we wanted to be a little cheaper about it and take care of the demo ourselves. It actually was also Pat's busy season for work. So he wasn't really able so much to, you know, work on the kitchen. So it took a little bit longer than we wanted. We did have friends help, of course, but you know, they work, they have lives. The demo wasn't even done yet. And then in August was when the cabinets came in, I believe. At this point, we were just like, yeah, we're just gonna have to put them in the spare bedroom. So September comes around. Demo's not 100% done. It was a very, very strenuous demo, I would say. Like, there was just a lot to it. We realized, so Pat's cousin is, like, I don't know his actual like title, but he does work with construction a lot. And he came over, took a look, you know, at everything here that we were working with, and because they told us about the structural problems, which I think I mentioned this in another video talking about an update about the kitchen, but that needed to be done before we continued the demo and start the kitchen remodel. That took way longer than it needed to. Now I know the beginning was our fault. So we did call several companies, and I did talk about this in my last video, but we did have two companies come out. One just ghosted us completely after coming out, and the second one, we really wanted to work with them, and we had to like fucking harass these people. Like, and I don't mean like actually harass, but we were calling them weekly. Like, what's going on? Like, you told us you would have the estimate back in a week. Like, there was just a lot of things going on here, and it was getting frustrating. And then I think I might have mentioned this, but I might not have, but Pat had gone on our beloved group page on Facebook, which I've talked about before too, LOL. What are your guys' reviews on this company? A lot of people were saying good things, and there were some people kind of in the same boat as us. And again, you got to be aware that it's COVID season, so everything is just pushed back. So after that Facebook post, somebody had tagged the company in it, and they reached out the next day. They finally gave us a November date that they would be able to come out. That would be their next project, basically. Right before they came out to do it was when our appliances came. And by the way, we had pushed that out so many times. Like, I can't even... Every time they were scheduled out for delivery, we would call and just say, can we push it back? We're not ready. Can we push it back? And it was originally supposed to come in like July, like around the same time I think the cabinets were supposed to come. And we just couldn't push it back anymore. If not, they were going to have to cancel the order, and they were going to have to refund us, basically. So we made room, we moved the cabinets around, fit in all of the appliances. And the kitchen's not even done demo yet, by the way. I just didn't have anything. So by the way, when I say I'm not done demo, I had no stove. I only had a fridge and a toaster oven. The stove we had put in the backyard to move out of the way, and we were gonna get a scrapper out to come get it. And basically all I had at the time was just a microwave, a fridge, and a toaster oven. I don't think a lot of people realize how crazy that is to live for so long like that. This is the look I'm trying to go for today. Oh, and November was around the time we decided to order our French doors. Now that was another nightmare that we're still dealing with. And we measured that ourselves, by the way, so that's, just remember that part. But it did come in, and we decided, so we live really close to Delaware, and we wanted to save on tax. So we had them deliver it to the store, and then we were gonna go and pick it up and bring it in, which it was way heavier than like anybody imagined. So like bringing that in was just like insane. Like watching Pat and his best friend bring that in was a nightmare. So December was finally when we decided to finally get the contractor involved. And he told us he'd be here in January. So that was going very smooth. He went to double check the measurements. That's when we realized that our upper cabinets were the wrong size. And the ironic part of it all, if you remember me saying around where the cabinets are, was where we raised the ceiling, right? When the guy had come out to measure, the ceiling was still there, so it was lower. This man was off by like 18 inches or something crazy, maybe 8 inches, which made no sense to me because I'm like, dude, you came out when there was like a lower ceiling. Like, how did you mess up that bad? Like, the fact that, so if we didn't get rid of, you know, we didn't raise the ceiling or anything, it really wouldn't have fit. Like, it made no sense. Like, how did you mess up that bad? We call Home Depot, and mind you, we had talked to them back in like June, I think, at the latest was the last time we really talked with them. So it is now 6 months later in January. And so they were like, oh my gosh, we don't even have your file on file anymore. And oh God, the anxiety I had during that point. So we basically had to resend out all of the information that we had on the kitchen. This always looks worse before it gets better. We found out that Home Depot was actually supposed to come out for a second measurement. They realized that they were gonna have to take the fall for this, and they were gonna have to pay. I mean, they messed up, so that was on them. Didn't tell the customer that the contractor was supposed to come out twice and measure again when we were done the demo. If I knew that, that wouldn't have even happened in the first place. But they realized that they had to pay for it. But that wasn't the only problem we ran into. So during this process, our contractor was like, you know what, let me just make sure the French door is okay, you know, like we're already on that trend. The French door was the wrong size too. That was on us because, you know, we measured that ourselves. We have a very weird outside, and we're gonna have to do another special order basically. And we knew that was gonna add, you know, to the length of time everything else was taking. Finally got that ordered. We ordered that one through Lowe's, which is another story in its own, which I will get into. Oh, and because it was custom ordered, the original door was not refundable. So we knew we were gonna have to sell this door now. It took longer than I wanted it to, but we sold the door. It's all that matters. It's gone. It's out of my face. We didn't get full price that we paid, but we knew we were gonna have to eat it somehow. And when we ordered our new French doors, they also told us it was gonna take 2 weeks. French doors are still not here. Basically had to start calling the manufacturer because Lowe's was not sure. They kept saying the manufacturer says it's gonna be here in another 2 weeks. It's now April and it's still not here. They pushed it back probably 4 times now, at least. And it's usually been a 2-week span. And this time, because, you know, how long it's been, I guess they decided to just throw on 4 weeks on top of that. it just kept getting higher and higher each time. And we're just like, what, did we do this? Like, did we piss you guys off, like, by calling so much? Like, what's the deal here? We start installing the handles on the doors, on the cabinets. And long and behold, we're short 4 handles. So again, Home Depot completely, I just don't even know what to say at this point about that part. After that was when the countertops needed to be installed. And yep, some guy came out and he measured, and my contractor wasn't even here for this, but he measured. I actually called the contractor while I was with the guy measuring, just to make sure, like, we don't need any more issues here, okay? In a week was when the countertops came, and half of them didn't fit. They really didn't. So just the one side was fitting fine, the other side not so much. So yep, they had to take it back. Fortunately, it was too big, so they just had to trim it up a little bit. The good news is the kitchen is usable right now. I am using the kitchen, okay? So I'm noticing this picture, like the center is actually like a green yellow. So I'm gonna throw some of this on here real quick before I go wash my blender. So what was the point of me explaining all that? Well, let me tell you. This is the part where it gets a little tricky. I don't really talk about mental health too directly on here, but I will say, going through all that, during that time, mental health wise, I wasn't feeling the best, okay? And here's the thing. I know a lot of people are going through it right now. And because of that, I don't really talk to many people around me about it. And I think that's a problem. But what I will say is that I know for a fact that therapy is a great option for a lot of people. And you know, friends are there for you, of course, but there's only so much that they themselves can handle. And this is kind of stuff I've been just observing. Like, you know, you have some people that you may talk about this stuff with, but you may have some people where you don't really so much talk about it. But I'm noticing that so many people are going through it right now that a lot of them don't really want to hear about like your personal mental health issues, because they're going through it too and they just can't handle it at all. And that's real. Like, that is real. Like, I speak from myself too, because when I'm going through it, when somebody else is talking about their mental health issues, I'm not really able so much to be there for them so much. I don't know. I say that, but like I really am, but I'm not able to focus 100% on everything, you know? So I hope you guys are doing okay, because I just know, like, especially with the pandemic, that's just kind of what a lot of people have been dealing with. But there's always solutions to it and people you can talk to, even if it's not like your friends or family. Like, you know, that's just kind of like what I wanted to get at here. That just because your friends may not be able to be there for you all the time doesn't mean there's not other options, you know? And I mean that in a very nice way. Like, I'm not doing that to trash anybody. I'm not doing that to start anything. It's just what I've been observing lately, because anytime, like, I will bring up mental health to anybody slightly, because I get nervous. I'm not really open about it with my friends so much. It just seems like it just gets dismissed. And what I'm noticing is it's probably because they're going through it too. And other things I've been kind of annoyed about is just the way social media is perceived these days. And I'm mostly referring to the unrealistic expectations of things. And there's been some things that bother me a lot on social media, like how fake people make their lives look to be. Like, I just get so irritated when I see somebody making like a perfect, like, Instagram story. Like, this is my morning routine and this is what I'm doing today. And then they do their little workout. And is it jealousy? It might be. Like that should be me. Like, but I don't know if a lot of people will agree with this, but I think people post stuff like this to try to inspire, you know? And actually, I have myself posted videos similar to that. Instagram stories, I mean. And where everything is perceived as perfect. That kind of stuff just irritates me now. And I don't know why. Like, I just think I don't want to see that. Like, you're doing the most. Like, something else that irritates me, when people do their little birthday shout outs on people's birthdays, right? And this is 100% probably a jealousy instinct of mine, but I must say, when I see, you know, people's Instagram stories flooding with happy birthday posts to them, and they're reposting it to say thank you, and I just get kind of like weirded out. And I think it's because I don't recall anybody ever posting a happy birthday post for me, ever. And I don't really care so much. It's not even like, if I never saw other people's Instagram stories of this wouldn't even matter to me. But I just think it comes off to people as, I have a million friends and like, I can't be bothered. Like, it's just kind of like that attitude. And I might be having like a negative outlook to it. I think I might be reading too much into it. But I'm sure I know other people feel the kind of same way about this, because it is a little hurtful to, you know, see that people, oh, you have friends, like, that's great. Like, I have friends too, but like, they're not so much on Instagram. So that's kind of like the counter arguments. Like, okay, well, it's just Instagram, it's fake, and I shouldn't let it bother me. Speaking of birthdays, I did have a surprise birthday for my 30th. And oh boy, I was surprised. And I actually don't really like, I don't like surprises at all, and my family's well aware of that. But I had a really nice time with my friends and family that did come. We tried to make it as COVID friendly as possible. It was a little hard, but you know, good thing a lot of people I know are vaccinated right now. Oh, and I didn't even mention that during all this crazy stuff, Pat broke his foot. And this is in the middle when we're still doing the kitchen. So he's been out of work for over a month now. And it's been a little hard, like, you know, financially trying to make good choices here. And now, fortunately, we found out his job does offer disability for stuff like this. So he's actually going in for a checkup in 2 weeks. So I'm going to take him in. It's actually his right foot. So, of course, the driving foot, and he needs that for work too. So yeah, overall what I'm trying to say is, like, you know, my mental health hasn't been all there, and I'm hoping I'll start getting myself. So basically, I haven't been feeling myself for a while, okay? And confidence is a thing, and I think this kind of connects in a way to like how I feel about these Instagram stories, is because I'm not really confident right now, and I haven't been confident. I don't remember the last time I really was confident, to be honest. I want to say it was when I was losing weight, and if you can tell, I haven't really lost. I've gained all my weight back that I lost when I first started with our trainer, and it's disappointing. It's absolutely disappointing, but it was because, you know, quarantine, all that stuff was happening, and in fact, I started gaining weight a little bit before that too, because it was right after we got engaged and started to feel, you know, happy and stuff. And it just, you know, it made us start treating ourselves some food and stuff. And that's kind of like what happened with that part. And I've just kind of lost motivation altogether. And I think it started when I changed my skincare routine and I started breaking out really bad, as you saw in several videos back. But so I think my weight gain started to get worse around that time. So I'm hoping I can get back. Like, my wedding is coming up so fast, and I was trying to get down at least one size, no, 2 sizes, I want to say, for my wedding dress, and coming up quick. Why did I just set my face and not my under eyes at all. Oh God. Because of my mental health issues, I'm not taking care of myself the way I was. And like I said, like it's just like a vicious cycle. I'm stuck inside. I'm working from home that I adore more than anything. Like I could not be happier that I am working from home. But it does have its side effects on you, you know? And that's also part of the reason why I haven't really done videos, because I haven't really been feeling myself. I actually haven't posted on Instagram in a while, and it's been the same reason. And sometimes it takes me some time to realize like that's really what's going on. Okay, I'm back. My lashes don't really look too great. That was the part of the video where I talked everything out, and now I'm like, is there anything else? I mean, I will say YouTube's been weird for me. Like, I've been trying to watch it more just to get an idea of what people are doing, and nothing has been interesting to me at all. At all. Like, there's nothing that and I think that's also another reason why, like, me and YouTube, we're just not, Jesus Christ, we're not working out for each other, because I just didn't even know what to film at that point. But I knew I wanted to do a venting video at some point. I feel like I just did like a colorful look in my last video, but it's okay. I haven't filmed since January, so. In between all this stuff going on, right? My skin was looking real good, girl. Nice and clear, just the way I remembered it before I changed. I was trying to still find good dupes for certain products I was using. And one of them was my moisturizer, because I was still using like Dermalogica at the time. And you know, that brand is actually a little pricey, so I decided to try CeraVe, which I've been using CeraVe for my cleanser for a while now, and I can use it. Like, I don't break out from it. In fact, I've been using their acne cleanser, which has really been helping me a lot. And I was like, let me just use their moisturizer. So it's the one that's in a tub, actually, and it's actually a body and a face moisturizer. And I read the ingredients. There was nothing in there that I could tell that would break me out. I mean, I mostly just look for, dimethicone sometimes, and I know that's one of their ingredients. And fragrance, and that's not something CeraVe uses at all. So I was like, all right, cool. And I tried it, and this is when I was really highly stressed. Like, I started breaking out like crazy, like in places where I don't usually break out, and it was itchy, and oh my gosh, and I was trying so hard, and I was like, I really want this to work, but it doesn't look like it's gonna be working for me. So I eventually just switched back. My whole goal is to get it clear by the wedding, and that's all I really want to ask. If I could have anything for my wedding, it's to have clear skin and to be 2 sizes down. That's it. Oh. That worked out a lot nicer than I thought it was. This is now the awkward part of the video where I just, where I'm just rambling because I thought I was gonna have enough things to vent about, but you know, there's some stuff I just don't feel great about venting about right now. And I didn't write it down, but there was just a lot of stuff I knew I was gonna skip over. I'm trying to be able to film a lot more too, and not a lot more, but I do want to do, like, now that I have a kitchen content where I'm just like cooking some meals with you guys, and I don't cook a lot, so I'm gonna be trying some cool new things that I've never done before and stuff like that to switch up my content, because what I was saying before about YouTube these days, nothing seems to be interesting to me, and I just don't know, you know, what else to do about that at this point. So I think it's best if I try some new content for you guys, and I want to film in my kitchen and show it to you guys, because obviously, if you notice, it's not in this video. And it's only because it's not done yet. I want to wait till the door is in. Is that even? I'll let myself know later when I'm editing and I'm gonna be like, oh, why did you do that? Yeah, that's perfect. Oh, yes. Remember this? It's like it's NARS. It's their lip tint in Orgasm when they came out with that Orgasm line. Okay, well, it's breaking apart my lip. I thought it was gonna be something like game changing. Why does it look so cool in the... And I mean cool tone, not like cool, dude. Kind of wish I did do a nude look because I don't know. All right, well, this is the look. It's close. It's close enough, okay? I had my own twist to it. I hope you guys have been doing well. I'm being serious because like I was saying earlier, I feel like a lot of people are going through some mental health issues, and so like if you guys want to chat, you know, in the comments, or you have questions, or you relate to some stuff in this video, I'm here. I'm here for you. But I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you guys, you know, enjoy these kind of videos still, because again, it's hard to tell what people like, and it's crazy. My channel is still slightly growing even though I'm not making videos, so I appreciate that. So hello to all my new subscribers. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have suggestions for my next video, or like if there's a meal you want me to cook in my new kitchen, I'm gonna give you a location tour too for that video. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more from me. Bye.